Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're kicking off our Azure Developer Series with Azure App Configuration. We will be checking out the following topics. What is Azure App Configuration? Why use Azure App Configuration? Azure App Configuration versus Azure App Service App Settings, Azure App Configuration Best Practices, and Azure App Configurations Pricing. So we will kick off this series and then we will continue with a demo. So stay tuned for the next video, which will be a demo of how to implement Azure App Configuration into your applications. So let's start with what is Azure App Configuration. Azure App Configuration is a service that allows you to centralize the configuration for your application's settings and feature flags in one place, eliminating the need to deploy your configuration to multiple instances of your application. It allows you to separate your code from your configuration files, making configuration management for all your applications easier and more secure. Anything you want to change is done in one place, and any setting you want to create is also done in one place. Azure App Configuration has the following benefits. It allows you to use centralized configuration management for all your applications. It will allow you to use dynamic feature flags to turn on features in your applications on and off without having to perform a deployment. It will allow you to set up environment-specific settings, which will allow you to separate settings for example, development or production environments. It is secure and scalable. It is, after all, an Azure service, and that means you can scale as much as you need to. And it provides the possibility to perform real-time updates. What this means is you can change a configuration in real time, and the changes will be reflected in any application consuming the Azure App Configuration instance. You can also simplify your DevOps integration by having a single configuration source, which will allow you to not rely on having to update multiple configuration files for all your applications. So let's see all of these elements in more detail and start with what do we mean by centralized configuration management? Imagine the following scenario. You have multiple applications that need the same configuration value for some related operations. Maybe you need the URL of a commonly used web service. And this may be a different type of applications for which you need to use the same value across them, such as a commonly used web service, as I mentioned, or something related to your business critical operations. With a traditional configuration setup, you might need to have different configuration files for each application. And you may need to update said configuration for each application and deploy them, which is error-prone. What if you need to update the configuration shared by these applications? There is always the possibility that one of the values may fail to be deployed, thus breaking this particular operation that you are relying on. Azure App Configuration solves this by providing a centralized repository for your configuration that can be accessed by multiple applications and can be updated in real time, thus providing the configuration immediately for all the applications using it. You can just update the configuration and said configuration will be reflected in all applications, thus saving you time and saving you expensive errors when deploying your configurations. Azure App Configuration also allows you to use feature flags, also known as feature toggles. These are configuration settings that allow you to enable or disable a specific functionality in your application at runtime, without the need of redeploying them. These are stored as specialized key value pairs, and they can be managed independently of your codebase. They also provide the following key capabilities. They allow you to enable or disable any feature instantly without the need of redeploying your application. You can use them to target specific users or environments by using filters and labels. You can use them to roll out features gradually. You can, for example, perform candidate deployments based on feature flags. And they provide secure access. You can use Azure Active Directory or manage identities to secure access to your feature flags configurations. Azure App Configuration also makes use of labels. Labels are optional key value pairs that you can assign to configuration settings. They act like tags or categories, enabling you to store multiple versions of the same configuration key under different contexts. For example, you can use the labels for environment separation. You can use labels like development, UAT, and production to keep environment-specific settings isolated. You can also use them for versioning. You can manage different versions of your configuration for purposes such as gradual rollouts or A/B testing. You can use them, for example, also for regional settings. You can customize your configurations for different regions. For example, you can use one for the English-speaking audience for North America, and you could use another configuration for LATAM countries. And finally, you can use them also with feature flags. You can control feature flag availability by labeling feature flags for target audiences or target features that you want to keep separate and isolated. Other features we get from the Azure app configurations are related to Azure itself. These are non-functional features such as being secure and scalable, and it being an Azure service, you get the same benefits you get from pretty much every other service in Azure. Namely, you can securely scale your application up to when you need it. This means you can control cost, but only using what you need. And it means you can have a very wide reaching audience by using the very scalable settings from the Azure platform. You also get real time updates. This means you do not have to deploy your application to get the benefit of using Azure App Configuration. And it means you can also have a wide range of different options for your applications while centralizing your configuration in one place. Finally, if you are using the Azure platform, it provides simplified DevOps integration. You can pretty much integrate with whatever tool or whatever platform you need. And it's got native integration with tools such as Visual Studio. And if you are using Microsoft products, that's going to make your life a lot easier. It's also got a lot of different integrations with other services and other pretty much every other programming language already supported by Azure. So if you want to have a secure and scalable platform to centralize your configuration, Azure App Configuration is going to be a very good option for it. So there you have it, folks. This is a pretty quick introduction to Azure App Configuration, and I hope it can help you decide whether or not you need to use this service, and it can help you understand what it is used for and how it can benefit your applications and your deployments by simplifying and centralizing your configuration values. As always, I will leave a demo for the next video. And if you like what you've seen so far, please leave a like. And if you have any feedback, whether negative or positive, I appreciate you leaving it in the comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.